watching 21 WFMJ, where 21 stands for more local news. This is WFMJ Today.
Welcome back, everybody. All this week, we are bringing in guests that can help make the ladies out there feel a little bit better about themselves. And to start us off this week, Dr. Richard Gentile is here to tell us about a brand new treatment that can make us look younger without going under the knife. Dr. Gentile, good morning to you.
Good morning, Laura. It's so great to be here.
It's nice to have you here. All right, what is it that you want to tell our viewers about? It's a different name, isn't it?
It's Pellevé. It's a very elegant name.
Yes,
so
it is.
Pellevé has been pretty much available for about a year now.
Okay.
And initially, when new technology comes out, I like to try and see how it's being received. And this one tended to get a lot of real favorable comments.
Okay.
So then about in September, we brought it into practice. And it's been well received.
Well, that's good news. We want to hear what it entails. Yeah. Pellevé means?
Pellevé is actually a radio frequency treatment.
Okay.
So like lasers, these are radio frequency devices, so they're really not lasers. But what they do is they produce energy, and then the energy is applied to the skin, and then if it gets into the dermis, it'll tighten the skin a little bit and promote new collagen growth. So that's the kind of central thing.
That is what we want. We want that collagen to make it look a little bit less wrinkled. We've got some photos from their website that I think are pretty impressive. This first one shows that line right by the mouth where it gives those parentheses, as I like to call them when I wake up in the morning. What does this process do to a line that might be there on our face?
The actual treatment involves kind of heating up the tissue to a certain temperature. So we use a handheld thermometer.
Okay.
So when we get to that point, we know that we've heated it to an adequate amount to cause contraction. So it can actually cause a little remodeling in the fat that tightens the fat. And but really it's the new collagen growth underneath it that'll help kind of efface that fold.
All right.
So.
Now this is all over your face or just in a couple of centralized locations? How does it work?
You can do it optimally, and we're going to show, I think, some of the periorbital, what we call crow's feet. And so this is where there's a unique application for it because it's so easy to get. It has like a little round sort of applicator tip.
Okay.
So it's real easy to treat around the eyes. And all the other sorts of techniques weren't easy to treat around the eyes.
So this is very, very applicable.
Very applicable,
like
easy to use, and pain-free. Totally
That is what I want to get to because a lot of these processes, I think about the Botox and you see the needles and you see the bleeding.
Those aren't pain-free.
And it honestly scares me because you don't know what it's going to look like when it's over. What is recovery time? What is the pain like, the process for somebody who's interested in this?
When you have a Pellevé treatment, immediately you get a little red and it might look like a mild sunburn, and that really goes away within the first couple of hours.
Wow.
So, and it is pain-free, and sometimes you hear that and then you have the treatment done.
Right,
it's
you're like, they were lying.
This
honestly
is pain-free.
Okay, how many treatments does somebody need? Is it a one-time only, or do you have to come back a couple times?
You can get 1 to 3 treatments usually, and the good thing is immediately after the treatment, there's some demonstrable results.
Well, that's good, so it's pretty immediate.
And the other thing it does do is, let's say you have a wedding on Saturday. If you come in on Thursday and have a treatment done, it produces a mild amount of swelling. So that swelling really camouflages the wrinkles. So I explain that to the patients, and they like that aspect.
It's fascinating stuff. We ran out of time. You have a new book that we're going to get to in the next hour. And the information, if you have any questions for Dr. Gentile or his staff, don't hesitate to call. They're very, very helpful. The website, also very helpful.
Thank you.
Dr. Gentile will be with us again in a couple minutes.
Excellent.
Okay? All right, Mike, the moment we've all been waiting for, the wedding dresses, right?